Yo, it's Wednesday.
All day.
We're all wheels up, headed to our final site visit for ASOTU CON, and we're talking about Toyota and Subaru in Kentucky, Ford restarting the ignition on the Lightning, and Walmart with ads
In the store?
in the store.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Hey,
Store, but y'all are gonna be blown away. Y'all are gonna be like, tips and this too? Goodness. What's next?
for sure.
What's next?
Oh,
Man.
and just, I mean, not long from now, we are going to be in two separate planes. You flying from Nashville, me, and actually, we both have crews flying in today. You're meeting up with Jim and Crit. Who else is
Kelly.
Jim and Kelly flying from Nashville to Baltimore.
We're coming all together.
Me and Nathan and Al flying from Syracuse to Baltimore. We're meeting there. We're going to Vehicles for Change, which is our sponsor or not-for-profit that we're featuring at ASOTU CON. And then we're going to the venue to do our final walkthrough because we're having a little thing at the end of September. It's going to be a busy
Man alive. We'll make sure, follow along the stories today. We'll be on the socials showing you around. If you haven't seen the venue yet, if you haven't put the dates with the big old circle on your calendar, you got to do it. You're going to fly in on September 25th. You're going to fly out the morning of the 28th because you cannot miss the party, the concert, the speaker on the last day on the at the end of the 27th for ASOTU CON 2023. It is shaping up to be all the things. All the things.
It's going to be something else. Yeah. It's going to be something else. So yeah, we hope you join us there. Man, everything's lined up. Hey, and if you want to be a part of the action and be a sponsor / partner, we still have some slots open. We would love to figure out how we can bring some synergy and ASOTU energy into your business and have you and our community just kind of like, do the dance. Do the dance. Because that's the stuff. ASOTU CON's like this, going to be known as the South by Southwest of the auto industry. I like it. That's straight up. Oh, we didn't put this as a story, but speaking of going over the top, automotive news, I know it. Did you see that the NADA welcome reception is going to be at the Sphere?
At the Sphere.
That's, if you don't know about it, it's this basically giant orb that is an LED screen, and just look it up, the Sphere, Las Vegas, and you'll see it. And we're going to be there opening night, opening party for NADA's. That's worth mentioning.
It's going to be
watching that thing go up for the last 3 years.
I know. I can't wait. NADA is going to be lit with that. That as the start. That's like the baseline for NADA. It's going to be full throttle.
So good. All right, let's talk about some news today. So Toyota is set to extend its partnership with Subaru by manufacturing a 3-row Subaru EV crossover in Kentucky by 2025. I didn't know this till I read the article, but Toyota actually owns 20% of Subaru.
20% of Subaru.
And Subaru owns 0.3% of Toyota. It was an equal trade. So the final assembly location and battery sourcing could potentially qualify both vehicles for the $7,500 federal tax credit under the Inflation Reduction Act. The joint development and production strategy allows Subaru to introduce a larger EV while maintaining high speed, high flow operations in its U.S. plant that's assembling the other stuff like the Ascent and the Crosstrek. Toyota is going to also, they've talked about this before, $5.9 billion investment in its North Carolina battery plant, which is actually going to operate all the production lines that provide batteries for these joint venture Subarus. And Toyota just is going to say they're going to release 10 EV models globally by 2026. So a little late to the party, but they're coming in hot.
Well, they're coming in hot. Yeah, it's late to the party. You're looking around. You're like, where's the Toyota EV? We got one sitting out there, right? And this is going to be a larger version of the crossover that they already have out. There's mixed reviews on the adoption of that, but it's wild. The talk track from this time last year, honestly, coming off of the summer into the Toyota meeting in September, the talk track from then till now, and the tune changed. And now they're partnering with Subaru to also provide that vehicle, that platform across manufacturers. They're not messing around. They looked at that tax credit and they were like, look at our market share. We're going to go
check
get
this out. But they're also talking about those crazy solid state batteries. They've teased, we think we're going to be able to get 700 miles of range out of these things. So I don't know. I personally think we're not going to get to that level of range. I think they're just going to make a smaller battery that gets 400 miles of range, right? Because
that's
lithium mining and all.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, speaking of EV ramping up, Ford is ramping up the production of their F-150 Lightning electric truck, aiming to triple production rate in a bid to test the readiness of the mainstream U.S. EV market. See if they get the truck buyers to go EV. They're going all in. They've restarted the assembly plant that they had shut down not too long ago of the F-150 Lightning, and they're running 3 shifts now, and they've added 1,200 workers, and they're pursuing 150,000 unit production goal per year. They want to be running at that rate by October. So
look, from like cold turkey not happening to like
full throttle.
Here we come.
Kind of like an EV.
Yeah.
You step on the pedal.
The majority, it's interesting because like they've slowly rolled out the lower trim models in this. They are going to reintroduce orders available for the lowest trim model that starts just under 50,000. However, the majority, over 50% of the new orders are actually for the XLT, which is the mid-range of the vehicle lineup, which is about 5,000 more than that, starting at just under 55,000. But this is the big interesting fact. The CCO, the Chief Customer Officer for the Model E electric vehicle business, Marin Jaja, said that they are focusing sales efforts on attracting more traditional customers or the early majority. So we've been talking a lot about this, like the early adopters and have already adopted. It's all about the early majority, which is that like next range of the bell curve. And they're going after this increased production. They're starting to open up orders on lower price models because they need to go after the early majority. And like the article was stating, this is going to be like a massive investment. It's not like a sales opportunity. It's how fast can we get the adoption curve up so that we can come down off the adoption curve and get the revenue out of it.
I mean, it's so they have the truck. Obviously, the Cybertruck is about to start production. We think GM and their Silverado EV is probably going to be the more direct competitor to the F-150 Lightning. But the big question is, how many people are going to want to pay for an EV? Obviously, getting the price under $50,000 is going to help.
And charge it and do all the, like, I mean, you just look at the mass adoption of a Ford truck, of an F-150 or something like that. You just see a lot of people that don't have garages, that don't have places to charge at home. Like they are blue collar work or rural. You know,
I got to be honest with you too. After the articles we've been talking about this week and things that we've been seeing about battery fires, look, my bedroom is right above my garage. I am not parking. I'm not parking an EV in my garage. Just not going to do it. So I'm in upstate New York, which means it's going to be in the snow, which will be great for the range and very inconvenient for the charging. So not look too great for this country boy.
Well, speaking of being inconvenient,
segue.
Look, if you've been bothered by the fact that there's been tips at every second restaurant that or coffee shop that you walk into on the screen, you might not want it to get a load of this story. But Walmart, as they're joining other retailers like Target and Kroger, is expanding its in-store advertising. Basically, they're going to allow brands to buy spots on self-checkout screens and even other areas in the store, including like third-party ads on screens, radio spots, even product sampling that you see a lot in like Kroger's and Publix. It's not something that you've historically seen in Walmart. So retail media marketing to shoppers based on customer data is becoming a substantial revenue for Stream. There's a lot of words right now. It's early morning.
You're about to get
substantial revenue stream for retailers. However, with Walmart, their percentage of their market for ads is only like 1% of their business. So they want to capitalize on their ads business a lot more and think they can do it in the store. Interesting move. It has to mean that there's more people in their store that want to buy stuff.
Well,
right?
I love it. Well, you just think of how retail works, and products are always paying for placement. How high on the shelf are you? Are you on an end cap? I was just at a gas station this morning.
Yep.
And basically you see the ads on the screens that are playing while you pump gas, right? So marketers, advertisers are always thinking, where is there some like extra attention that I could actually put in my direction? Gas pump, very clear, right? You're standing there, you got nothing to do, especially if you forget your phone in the car, right? What am I going to look at? I'm going to look at Maria Menudo's giving me the minute and the details on these TikTok things that I didn't even care about, but I'm paying attention. When you're in the grocery store and you're there, guess what? Product ads.
Yep.
It knows your demographic. It knows what you're in there to buy. I think it makes all the sense in the world. And frankly, I like stuff like that because what else is on the screen at the time? I enjoy that kind of advertising.
Right. It's just and normally it's like good content, right? Like marketers that are involved in that are thinking about how to not just absolutely slap people across the face with it.
Yep. What are you going to put on that screen, Kyle? If you have that screen space and people are in Walmart shopping, what kind of company are you that you're like, hey, I think I want to get in. I think of an opportunity to get in their psyche a little bit. What are you going to put in there?
I mean, I would think if I'm any of the companies that has my candy bar or gum anywhere near the checkout aisle, I'm dropping something that just looks like appetizing as all get out. Like I can't stand not getting the Kit Kat because it just looks like I need a Kit Kat right now.
Yep. That's super good. I love that. I was thinking along the lines of TV shows, series, streaming, right? Like something that's a little bit different, but like might get the kids' attention or something like, hey, the new show on Netflix or the new show on Disney Plus. Or if you're Mr. Beast, we talked about him yesterday. Like, don't forget your Feastables. By the way, here's me doing this really insane stunt.
Yes, exactly. Yep. Yeah. Make it like watchable, you know?
Yeah.
Would be the way
entertain.
to do it.
Entertain. When in doubt, entertain. That's what they say.
When in doubt, entertain. Well, I mean, and here's like track this back to dealers, right? Like you've got a service department. We know that dealers are putting their own ads in roles in like we've got, you know, broadcasting networks that allow you to do that. Shoot, why wouldn't you go approach your banks and be like, hey, I got ad space.
Oh,
you guys want to advertise? I got thousands of people walking through the door every single month that need to buy cars.
Shoot.
Go up to all of your banks and be like, y'all want to buy ad space or give me something free? Or give me discount points off the rates?
Boom. It's good. It's good.
Why not? Tying it down.
Attention.
See what I did there?
Attention. You did
tying it down. We're always going to tie it down to something. There's lots of news happening. There's lots of things crazy happening in the world. But you know what you've got right now? You got people to serve, people to love on, and do that today in your showrooms right now. Let's go.